Shena, You Can Heal family. Outside again today, reading chapter 3 of 1 Samuel. It starts off with the word of the Lord does not come to Eli, and then we'll go in that the word of the Lord comes to Samuel. My name's Shena, and we've been reading through the Old Testament together. This is your first time. Thank you for being here, and I hope you come on back and hear the good word of the Lord. Meanwhile, the boy Samuel was serving the Lord by assisting Eli. Now in those days, messages from the Lord were very rare, and visions were quite uncommon. The word of the Lord comes to Samuel. One night, Eli, who was almost blind by now, had just gone to bed. The lamp of God had not yet gone out, and Samuel was sleeping in the tabernacle near the ark of God. Could you imagine getting your jammies on and sleeping in the tabernacle near the ark of God? That would be a really good night's sleep. Suddenly, the Lord called out to Samuel, "Samuel, Samuel." "Yes," Samuel replied. "What is it?" He jumped up and ran to Eli. "Here I am. What do you need?" "I didn't call you," Eli replied. "Go on back to bed." So he did. Then the Lord called out again, "Samuel." Again, Samuel jumped up and ran to Eli. "Here I am," he said. "What do you need?" "I didn't call you, my son," Eli said. "Go on back to bed." Samuel did not yet know the Lord because he had never had a message from the Lord before. So now the Lord called a third time, and once more Samuel jumped up and ran to Eli. "Here I am," he said. "What do you need?" Then Eli realized it was the Lord who was calling the boy. So he said to Samuel, "Go and lie down again. And if someone calls again, say, 'Yes, Lord, your servant is listening.'" Isn't that a good way to start prayer? Yes, Lord, your servant is listening. I'm listening. Whatever it is you need to say to me, I'm listening. Sometimes we spend a lot of time talking to God, but we need to also listen to what He's telling us. I had a pretty cool revelation today. It's between me and the Lord, so I'm not going to share it, but it was pretty meaningful and helpful because my mind has been thinking a lot. And He gave me something which was really helpful. I think that's why I had a headache. Acacia, I do feel better, so thank you for saying that in the comments. But I think I had an answer. All right, so then Eli realized it was the Lord who was calling the boy. So he said to Samuel, "Go and lie down again. And if someone calls, say, 'Yes, Lord, your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went back to bed. And the Lord came and called as before, "Samuel, Samuel." And Samuel replied, "Yes, your servant is listening." Then the Lord said to Samuel, "I'm about to do a shocking thing in Israel. I'm going to carry out all my threats against Eli and his family. I have warned him continually that judgment is coming for his family because his sons are blaspheming God and he hasn't disciplined them." Remember Hophni and Phinehas? It says, "So I have vowed that the sins of Eli and his sons will never be given by sacrifice or offerings." Samuel stayed in bed until morning, then got up and opened the doors of the tabernacle as usual. He was afraid to tell Eli what the Lord had said to him, but Eli called out to him, "Samuel, son?" "Here I am," Samuel replied. "What did the Lord say to you? Tell me everything, and may God punish you if you hide anything from me." Oh my God, could you imagine wanting to know something from someone and you're like, "Hey, tell me, or if not, the Lord's going to punish you"? He really wanted to know, right? So Samuel told Eli everything. He didn't hold anything back. "It is the Lord's will," Eli replied. "Let him do what he thinks is best." Samuel is now recognized as the new leader of Israel. As Samuel grew up, the Lord was with him, and everything Samuel said was wise and helpful. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if everything that came out of your mouth was helpful and encouraging to someone else? and you weren't just talking to hear yourself talk, especially us coaches, right? We want to be wise and helpful. That's a really good word. And Christy, Sam, if you're listening, you're a great coach already. Keep going, keep working on yourself, and you're already helping many people, and you'll continue to do that. Amen. As Samuel grew up, the Lord was with him, and everything Samuel said was wise and helpful. All the people of Israel, from one end of the land to the other, knew that Samuel was confirmed as a prophet of the Lord. The Lord continued to appear at Shiloh and gave messages to Samuel there at the tabernacle. And Samuel's words went out to all the people of Israel. And that concludes chapter 3 of 1 Samuel. So tomorrow we'll get into chapter 4. Tomorrow's Friday, so one of the nights on the weekend I'm going to go live and read. So look out for that. And I trust that you're going to have a good day. I am going to head off and get new glasses. I hope the bifocal line works better on these. And yeah, I got glasses the color of my nails, my favorite blue color. So we'll see how that goes. Listen, you got to take it if you don't like them. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. All right, you guys, always remember true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love and He lives on the inside of you. We'll talk soon. Bye.